Hi, my name is Saja. I conducted a systematic review focusing on the impacts of COVID-19 lockdowns on adult mental health. The impact of lockdowns due to the coronavirus pandemic is evident through the finding that 71.7% of people reported poor mental well-being once restrictions eased. Access to mental health services has increased drastically after the experiences of lockdowns and restrictions, with wait times lasting several months. To effectively treat people seeking therapy due to the pandemic, the impacts on mental health need to be understood. The lockdowns resulted in restrictions in movements and interactions with increased social isolation. The long term impacts on mental health were not accounted for and are yet to be fully understood. The systematic literature review included 12 quantitative studies that synthesized existing literature on how mandatory isolation restrictions impacted mental well-being. The research question was, how have the COVID-19 lockdowns and isolation restrictions affected adult mental health? A deeper insight into the symptoms experienced is required to ensure that treatment approaches are tailored to the issues faced by adults. The research process involved finding several articles from countries worldwide on mental health and lockdowns. Finding literature on the topic was simplified due to numerous existing articles on the impacts of COVID-19 worldwide. Relevant peer-reviewed articles were quite prevalent in journal databases, possibly due to the recent nature of the pandemic worldwide. So what were the findings of this study? The themes that emerged from the included studies were depression, anxiety, and reduced social interaction. The negative impact of lockdowns worldwide is highlighted by the finding of increased prevalence of depression, anxiety, and stress symptoms among adults. Women were more likely to experience negative psychological symptoms associated with isolation and disconnectedness. Adults aged 18 to 30 years old were found to be more susceptible to experiencing these symptoms. The overall quality of life decreased due to reduced mental health and participation in meaningful activities during lockdowns. The findings indicated that lockdowns resulted in more time spent indoors and reduced sleep quality. The lack of interaction resulted in increased depression, more so in females than males. The reduced physical activity, unemployment, worry about catching the virus, and the changing restrictions resulted in anxiety symptoms. The experience of reduced social interaction was found to be associated with feelings of hopelessness, loneliness, and poor emotional well-being. Age and the ability to adapt to changing environments were negatively associated with psychological symptoms. The experience of togetherness due to similar lockdown circumstances globally acted as a buffer for adverse mental health effects. The findings indicated that social support and kindness among communities increased positive emotional well-being among adults. The results are significant as they highlight the need for an increase in mental health services that address symptoms associated with COVID-19 lockdowns. The impact on mental health highlights the need for increased government funding and support in the field of mental health to assist people that experience mental health issues to the pandemic. Thank you.